Welcome to BigCountryPreps.com. I'm Evan Wren, and this is our Countdown to Two-A-Days series, our daily look at an area football team and the key questions we're going to be answering about that football team on our Saturday, August 14th preseason preview here at Big Country Preps. With my partner here, Dan Youngblood, via Zoom. And tonight, Dan, it is the Merkel Badgers.
Yep, and the Merkel Badgers will once again be under the tutelage of a new head coach, this time Will Cates, who's come over from the offensive coordinator job out at Fort Worth Pascal. He's going to be taking over a team that returns 13 lettermen from last year's 3-6 team, including 4 offensive and 6 defensive starters. So some holes to fill. This is his first head coaching job, but he does come from a coaching family. So it should be interesting. This is going to be a challenge. It's going to be something of a rebuild, but you've got an enthusiastic young coach taking over, and it should be exciting to see.
Only 4 offensive starters are back for Merkel. All right, and one of the players we're going to have to replace, Dan, is a huge one. Isaac Sebastian, the speedster who went to Midwestern State University. They do have Joey Zink, their quarterback, returning. And one saving grace is that they've got a number of seniors on the roster. They're in double digits as far as seniors are concerned. So there will be leadership, and the cupboard isn't completely empty at Merkel.
Yeah, and I think that experience will be big, especially with the new head coach, because even if you do come from a coaching background, coaching family, and do have that big school background, I think that there's still going to be a learning curve. So I think it'll be good for him to have a good crop of seniors to kind of lead the program this first year, help lay the foundation. And I think a big thing at Merkel, just with all of the turnover that they've had in recent years, is just that just some continuity. So I think it'll be good to have a group of guys that can kind of help lead those younger guys through another transition year with a new coach. And hopefully these guys can have a little bit of success and kind of build some momentum in this first year.
All right, let's take a quick look at the Merkel schedule for 2021. I like the looks of it, Dan. For a team that is rebuilding, I think it's right around the perfect strength. It's got a number of teams that are going to present a challenge to them, but it's not an overwhelming pre-district schedule, prepping them to jump into a district, which I don't believe is as strong as it was last year. I think Merkel has a shot at getting a couple of wins in this league and snagging a playoff spot, even though they're rebuilding. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
No, and I was about to make the same point. I think this is about the perfect non-district schedule for them, because you got a lot of teams that are really competitive and quality clubs, but outside of Holly, which is kind of a double-digit win threat every year, most of these teams are kind of in that 6-5, 7-4 range, which I think are teams that Merkel wants to face right now, because those are about the quality of the teams that they're going to face when they get to district in this particular season. So I think that Merkel has an opportunity to compete and maybe win a couple of those non-district games, get a little bit of momentum, get a little bit of confidence, and then go into a district that I agree with you is not quite as strong as it's been. So I think this is a really good quality schedule for Merkel. And I think this is one of those where they could, maybe go 4-6 and still make the playoffs, which would be, I think, a nice step forward for them, just given all of the transition they've been through in recent years.
I have my game of the year picked for Merkel. What do you see as the game of the year for the Badgers?
Yeah, that's tough because I don't really have a great read on this district right now. There are just so many teams that are kind of unknowns going in. I think, to me, the Dublin game there, right smack dab in the middle district, will be a big one. I think Jacksboro is going to be a team that's probably a step above them this year. It would be a fairly significant upset if they're going to win that one. Millsap's got a whole lot of talent, and they had a nice kind of stepping stone season last year. That's going to be a tough game. But if they can win that Dublin game, I think it kind of gives them a shot in the arm there down the stretch to maybe win one more and get into the playoffs.
3 of their first 4 games are road dates. 2 of them are going to be against teams that are going to be, fairly good-sized underdogs against at Jacksboro and at Millsap. If they can come home and hold serve against Dublin on October 22nd, then they've got a shot at getting into the playoffs so they can beat either Eastland or Comanche down the stretch. I see the Dublin game as really the most important ball game on their schedule. Losing it doesn't eliminate them if they win their final 2, but if they can win that ball game, they only have to win 1 of their final 2 to get in.
Yeah, and I think it would just be huge for confidence as well, because like we said, there are some tests on this schedule that are going to be not necessarily just a second. Yeah, and I think it'd be big for confidence as well, just because there are some tests on this schedule, particularly early in that district season. If you fall to 0-2 in district, I don't think you want to fall to 0-3 just from a morale standpoint. So if you win that Dublin game, I think it gives you a boost in confidence. And then you're playing an Eastland team that's really rebuilding, and a Comanche team that's not only rebuilding but also has a new coach. So I think that it kind of gives you a little bit of a shot in the arm and kind of focuses you down the stretch.
All right, that's just about going to wrap it up for tonight's episode of the Countdown to Two-A-Day series, the Merkel Badgers. But we want to remind you that on Saturday, August 14th, Big Country Preps will release its 2021 preseason preview for all the Big Country area football teams. And we're going to be more thorough and more accurate than any other media source on this subject. Nobody's going to beat us.
In the meantime, we appreciate you watching this episode of our Countdown to Two-A-Day series, and make sure you tune in again tomorrow when we will be featuring the Breckenridge Buckaroos here at BigCountryPreps.com.